Now, Krissy Gibson from Take the Cake is in the kitchen today, and I believe breakfast is on the menu, Krissy?
We are making breakfast, a baked apple pancake, and I hope you like it.
Well, I'm not a big fan, as you know, and I've said this to you before. We've had this debate before about apple tart.
Right.
My mother-in-law, good morning, Evelyn, again, she makes the best apple tart in the world. But when she gives it to me, I scrape the apples out of the pastry.
I know this about you. You're very fussy.
I know.
Very fussy.
So why am I going to like this then, Krissy?
So
Sell it to me.
You might not. You know, this has cinnamon in it. That's another thing Simon doesn't like. He doesn't like cinnamon.
Right, okay. I can smell the cinnamon.
Yeah, but you know what? This is delicious. A few years ago, we made together in this kitchen a Dutch baby, which was a big dramatic pancake that you make in one of these cast iron pans and you bake it. And that's what we do with this. It's one big pancake that you bake.
Okay.
And these are very popular in American pancake houses. I know how you like your American diners. I love pancake houses.
So it's not a cake, it's a pancake.
No, this is breakfast. It's a pancake.
Okay.
You don't need to put anything else on it.
Okay.
And this is a really popular breakfast item in the States. So you start with 2 apples, and you can pick any apples you like. Today I'm using just cooking apples. If you do use cooking apples, since they're kind of big, you probably won't need to use the full 2.
Are cooking apples naturally sweeter or more tart?
No, those would be really tart. And so, yeah, another reason for Simon to complain today. So you can use any apples you'd like.
Okay.
Fuji, Gala, Pink Lady, whatever. Granny Smith might be the best. But anyway, you're going to take your 2 apples, slice them up as thin or as thick as you'd like. You could even use one of those slicing yolks.
The mandolin things?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, very
and
dangerous.
you're gonna saute your apples in a cast iron pan. And the reason it has to be a cast iron pan is this is going in the oven, as I mentioned. Okay. So you don't want a plastic handle. You don't want it to
So any kind of oven-proof pan will do, though?
Yeah. So if you have a big pot that you usually make your soups in, if that's cast iron, I've never done that before, but there's no reason why that couldn't work. Okay.
Okay, so you're going to saute the apples down. Are you looking for those apples to break down, Krissy, or hold their shape?
No. Actually, we're going to do it for 5 minutes until they get soft. We're adding 110 grams of granulated sugar or caster sugar.
Now we're cooking
with 110 grams of light muscovado sugar and a teaspoon of cinnamon, which is just about, look at the face. Look at the face.
Cinnamon.
A teaspoon of cinnamon would end up being about 4 or 5 grams. There's not a lot of weight to cinnamon. Now, we want to mix this up evenly in a bowl. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add it to our apples. And in that pan, we started with 60 grams of butter. Okay? So we're sauteing our sliced apples in butter. We're going to add the sugar, and the cinnamon.
So you're caramelizing the apples.
Yeah, and we're going to leave these for 5 minutes. You're right, they do become caramelized.
Beautiful. We're
going to leave this for a full 5 minutes, and what's going to happen to our apples is they're going to become soft. Okay? Now, in the meantime, while those are cooking, we have just 110 grams of self-raising flour, a pinch of salt, and a teaspoon of bread soda. Now, you could use baking powder, although your pancake is going to end up being a little more crusty. And when you use bread soda, it's going to end up a bit more fluffy. And I'll get back to that in a minute. So we've mixed our dry ingredients, and we have a large bowl here, and we're going to focus on this next. We've got 3 eggs, 180 grams milliliters of buttermilk. Full-fat buttermilk. And 30 grams of melted butter. We're going to mix all these liquids together. Now, our buttermilk and our bread soda are going to make a chemical reaction that are going to make that pancake nice and fluffy. And like I said before, if you'd prefer a more firm breakfast pancake, just switch to baking powder. You'll have a slightly different texture. Both will work. I personally prefer the soda a bit more. So what we're doing here is we are mixing, we're whisking together our pancake batter, and once this is all nice and mixed, the great thing is about this pancake is you can do it all in one bowl, This is our batter done.
And that's a standalone pancake batter, end of.
It is pretty basic, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great.
There's really nothing too unique about it.
I noticed you haven't used your favourite ingredient ever, your old vanilla extract. It's not in there.
I know. Crazy. I'm not using vanilla today.
No, I know.
Yeah, you don't need vanilla in this.
No, you replaced that with cinnamon.
Much to your chagrin. Yeah. So here I've got my batter, and guess what? We're pouring it straight into our cast iron pan, right over the apples. Okay, easy peasy. Now, we're not going to stir this or anything.
That's it.
That's it. Okay. This will become our baked apple pancake. This goes into the oven.
Right.
At 160.
So do you give it a bit of time on the hob or just straight in the oven?
Sorry, we do the apples for 5 minutes. Over here I cheated. These apples are done. After your apples are soft and you've sauteed them for 5 minutes, let that sugar caramelize.
Okay.
You put your batter right over the apples, okay?
Okay.
And we're going to put that in the oven at 160 for a half an hour.
Wow, okay, nice and low, 160. Yeah. Okay.
And after a half an hour, you'll take it out, and it's going to look like this.
Okay.
I like to top mine off with icing sugar.
Beautiful.
And you don't need anything else because, as you can see, there's plenty going on in there already. We've already dressed it.
Shall I tuck in?
Yeah, go for it. Tell me what you think. I'm a little nervous because I know how you are with apples and cinnamon. I've always got to work around Simon.
Can I ask you, while I'm doing this, just a little, to give us a little cooking tip in terms of making caramel? Because I've tried to make it several times and I've had to throw it and the pan out.
Yeah.
Because there's two schools of thought. When you pour the sugar into the pan, don't touch it, or put the sugar in the pan and keep it moving. Which is right, which is wrong? For
me, I like to keep it moving, but I find that it only burns when I've got the heat too high.
Okay, so it's a low heat.
I go medium heat with this. When I do a high heat with this, my brown sugar does become a little bit too caramelized.
Sorry, I was talking to you. Sorry, you said yes about the sugar
but I
and
missed
things.
It. Did you make a face?
No.
Or were
No.
I'm on to you, Simon.
That's, pardon my ignorance, but it feels cakey as opposed to pancake batter.
Okay.
And I'm eating it, and there's cinnamon in it, and there's apples in it, and it's gorgeous.
You like it?
And it's very simple.
It is. It's so simple. Really, the only thing is that you do need a cast iron pan of some kind.
Okay.
You want it to be able to take the heat on the stove, and you want it to go into the oven.
Could you swap them out for pears by any chance? Just asking for a friend.
Just ask.
Would you make a pear pancake thingy?
You probably could.
Yeah.
I haven't done that. You see, this is so traditional in pancake houses.
I know. But we like booking the friends.
You might get some looks if you said that to somebody.
I don't care. I've been getting looks all my life. Krissy hasn't done me any harm yet. Thank you very much. Great recipe as always. You can check out takethecake.ie for more of Krissy's recipes, or as ever, details are up on our own website. Thank you, Krissy.